And this is the month of Ramadan, where the Prophet ﷺ said, any person that says, Allahumma ajirni min an-nar, Allahumma ajirni min an-nar, Allahumma ajirni min an-nar, Jahannam says to Allah, oh Allah, this person is asking refuge for me, save him for me. Just asking 3 times, oh Allah, save me from the fire of hell. Jahannam says to Allah, oh Allah, he's asking for refuge for me, you save him. When a person says, Allahumma a'ti al-jannah, oh Allah, give me jannah, Allahumma al-jannah, oh Allah, give me jannah, 3 times. When a person makes his dua, Jannah says to Allah, this person is asking for me, please give me Jannah. أيا شابا لرب العرش عاصي أتدري ما جزاء ذوي المعاصي سعير للعصاة لها زفير وغيظ يوم يؤخذ بالنواصي فإن تصبر على النيران فاعصي وإلا كن على النسيان قاسي. If you can bear the fire of hell and you're strong enough, you can bear the heat, go ahead sin. And if you can, you know خلق الإنسان ضعيفا. We can't take the heat of this world. Forget the heat of Akhirah. Forget the smoke of Jahannam. The reason why I'm going to express what I'm going to say with today in my khutbah is not to put fear into our hearts, but to first make a person recognize that this is what Allah has prepared for those who disbelieve in Allah and disobey Allah. And this is for those who obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, a person who starts to smoke. So a father says, you know what, just to teach you a lesson, let's go to the hospital, show you an x-ray of a lung that's been smoking for years. This is those lungs, these are those type of health conditions. So the father is trying to express some feeling to the child. Look, this is what's going to happen to you. If you drive reckless, this is what's going to happen to you. The father does not want the child to leave driving, but is telling him to drive carefully, don't drive reckless. And he brings him to the hospital. Look at this. You see the people in intensive care units. Look what's happening here. This person almost lost his brain. He almost lost his limb. This is what? Because of what reason? Bite or a car accident. This is where a person is reminded, not to just put fear, but a reminder for all of us that this is that place that Allah is saving us through these fasts, and through this qiyam, and through this i'tikaf, through this month of Ramadan. And this is what I'd like to share with you, my brothers and sisters in Islam. The first question that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of the first few questions Allah will ask every human on the Day of Judgment, it will be when mankind is gathered in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will ask the human, كَمْ لَبِثْتُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ عَدَدَ سِنِينَ. How long did you live in this world? And there will be various answers for this statement and this question. Some people will say, يَتَخَافَتُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ إِن لَبِثْتُمْ إِلَّا عَشْرًا. Some people will say, oh Allah, we lived around 10 days. 10 days. You lived 60 years, but they will think those 60 years went so fast. We could not accomplish what we needed to. 10 days, nothing. Another group will say, نحن أعلم بما يقولون إذ يقول أمثلهم طريقة إن لبثتم إلا يوما. Another group will say, we are more accurate, we have documented information to their knowledge. They will say, إن لبثتم إلا يوما. We did not live 10 days, but we lived 1 day. Only 1 day. This whole world, this hustle and the tussle and the bustle that you're doing, that I'm doing for this dunya, and akhirah will be considered 1 day. 1 day. Then it goes further. Another group will say, no, كَأَنَّهُمْ يَوْمَ يَرَوْنَهَا لَمْ يَلْبَثُوا إِلَّا عَشِيَّةً أَوْ ضُحَهَا. Some people will consider that I lived in this dunya for a morning or evening. A morning or evening. Just from 10 days to a day, we enjoy for a morning and an evening. You know, when you go to a resort and you live for 2 weeks, it was so fast. It just went too fast. So many of us can say Ramadan is just going by. We don't even know what happened. Time is flying. إذا عاش العمر 60 سنة فنصف العمر تمحقه الليالي ونصف نصف يذهب ليس يدري لغفلته يمين وعن شمال وباق النصف أسقام وهم وشغل بالمكاسب والعيال. Imam Shafi رحمه الله, this year, this life, so fast. أعمار أمتي بين 60 إلى 70 سنة وقليل منهم يتجاوزون. Time just flies. دقات المرء قائلة له إن الحياة دقائق وثوان فارفع لنفسك قبل الموت ذكرها فالذكر الإنسان عمر ثاني أيام عمرك تذهب وجميع سعيك يكتب ثم الشهيد عليك من فأين المهرب. The time is flying. In Akhirah, Allah will ask us, how long did you enjoy this world? And then this person will go ahead and say, another group will say, وَيَوْمَ تَقُومُ السَّاعَةَ when the Qiyamah will come, يُقْسِمُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ and the disbelievers and the sinners will be moved aside. وَامْتَازُوا الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ They will say, مَا لَبِثُوا غَيْرَ سَاعَةٍ We did not even live a morning or evening, we lived an hour or less than an hour. And there are different interpretations for a sa'a. مَا لَبِثُوا غَيْرَ سَاعَةٍ We only live for a small moment in this dunya. This is why when the world will come in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when everyone will come out of their graves, قَالُوا يَا وَيْلَنَا مَنْ بَعَثَنَا مِنْ مَرْقَدِنَا Who's taking us out of our graves? And marqad is usually a place for rest. This could be dharf, makan, or also can be masdar. Or what is masdar mimi? Like what is this? It could be the place of rest or a form of rest. مَنْ بَعَثَنَا مِنْ مَرْقَدِنَا Who's taken us out of that type of rest that we were enjoying, or the place of rest we were in? مِنْ مَرْقَدِنَا And then because when they come out of the grave and they will actually see Jahannam, they will feel that was rest. That was the real rest, or that was comfort compared to what we're going to go through. This is not this. We thought the grave was a punishment, but when we come out, these were interpretations that Imam Malusi and Ruh al-Ma'ani has given this interpretation. The people will think, and there are different interpretations. Nevertheless, when they come, marqad is the qabr, maqbar. When they come out of their grave, مَنْ بَعَثَنَا مِنْ مَرْقَدِنَا Who is taking us out of our graves? And then the answers for this could have three narrations or interpretations. هَذَا مَا وَعَدَ الرَّحْمَنُ وَصَدَقَ الْمُرْسَلُونَ This is the believers saying to the non-believers who are sarcastic in the dunya, this is the promise of Allah and the testifying of the messengers that came. Or it could be the answers from the non-Muslims. هَذَا مَا وَعْدَ الرَّحْمَنُ Allah did say the right thing. Allah did say the right thing. See, we should have studied. We should have prepared. وَصَدَقَ الْمُرْسَلُونَ And the messengers brought the message. So when they will come out of their graves, يَوْمَ يَخْرُجُونَ مِنَ الْأَجْدَاثِ إِلَى When they will come out of their graves, they will come running towards the akhirah, to the plains of ground. And on the day of judgment, everyone will be pin drop silent. وَخَشِعَتِ الْأَصْوَاتِ لِلرَّحْمَنِ فَلَا تَسْمَعُ إِلَّا هَمْسًا Everyone will be silent. This is before Jahannam is brought. This is before someone is put into Jahannam. The awe of Akhirah and the shock of Akhirah will silence everyone. وَخَشِعَتِ الْأَصْوَاتُ لِلرَّحْمَنِ And the voice is not silent because it cannot speak. It is silent because of khash'ah, out of fear and respect. Out of fear and respect. وَخَشِعَتِ الْأَصْوَاتُ لِلرَّحْمَنِ فَلَا تَسْمَعُ إِلَّا هَمْسًا The only thing you will hear is the footsteps. The people walking to mahshar. That's all you're going to hear. And Jahannam will be enraged. تَكَادُ تَمَيَّزُ مِنَ الْغَيْظِ Jahannam will be enraged. Because the obedience of Jahannam is to punish those who disbelieved in Allah. That's the obedience of Jahannam. Allah created Jahannam for this purpose. And the obedience of Jannah is to give pleasure and joy to those who obey Allah. This is the purpose of both. تَكَادُ تَمَيَّزُ مِنَ الْغَيْظِ كُلَّمَا أُلْقِيَ فِيهَا فَوْجٌ سَأَلَهُمْ خَزَنَتُهَا أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ نَذِيرٌ And every time a group is brought towards Jahannam, the angels will mock them, admonish them. Didn't the message and the messengers and the Quran and the teachings in Ramadan, in Hajj, in Siyam, didn't this change your life? أَلَمْ يَأْنِ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَّلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ Is it time? Hasn't time come that a person, he checks his own issues, he diagnoses his own problems and changes his lifestyle or his purpose of life? This is why, my brothers and sisters, on the day of judgment, وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمَ Jahannam will be brought. But this is also a mercy of Allah, the tafsir of this ayah. Jahannam will not be there in place, it will be brought. And the hadith goes, يُؤْتَى بِجَهَنَّمَ يَوْمَئِذٍ لَهَا 70,000 زِمَامٍ Jahannam will have 70 chains. مع كل زمام 70,000 ملك يجرونها. With every chain and every rein, there will be 70,000 angels pulling every single chain. Just imagine how massive this hell will be. Just imagine if you just take the lowest and the weakest and the lightest punishment in the hell. It would actually make us really realize that this dunya and akhirah is a big comparison. What are we doing with our lives? The Prophet ﷺ, Sahih Muslim, narrations in Bukhari also the same meaning. إِنَّ أَهْوَلَ النَّاسِ عَذَابِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. The weakest, the lightest punishment. There is no such thing as a light punishment, but comparative to those who will be in hell. إِنَّ أَهْوَلَ النَّاسِ عَذَابِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. لَرَجُلٌ يُوضَعُ فِي أَخْمَصِ قَدَمَيْهِ جَمْرَتَانِ يُغَلِّ مِنْهُمَا دِمَاغُ. A person will be given slippers or shoes. This is ismul jins, meaning something like this. He will be given something to wear on his feet. And the heat of those slippers or those shoes will boil his brain. And this punishment, Imam Hajar Asqalani says, it is for the Muslims or the believers who disobeyed Allah. But in the hadith of Muslim, Sahih Muslim, and other narrations, this punishment is for Abu Talib, the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ. This is why, my brothers and sisters, this is the weakest punishment on the day of judgment. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah describes, لو أن قطرة من شجرة الزقوم قطرت في الأرض على أهل الأرض لأفسدت معيشتهم. If one drop of the pus, of the sap, of the tree of Zaqum, which is a tree in Jahannam, إن شجرة الزقوم طعام أثيم كالمهل يغلي في البطون كغلي الحميم. If this one tree that is in Jahannam, which is going to be for those who disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if the sap of this tree was to be dropped onto this universe, it will destroy all the food and all the plants and all the trees in the universe, on the earth. فَكَيْفَ بِمَنْ يَكُونُ طَعَامُهُمْ. If this is the effect of one, the poison of one drop of the tree, or the pus, or the sap of the tree of Jahannam, what do you think about those people who would take this as their meals in Jahannam? What will be the effect of those people in Jahannam? This is why, my brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought the ayahs of Jahannam and the warnings of Jahannam in the Quran, not to pull a person away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to tell them, this is هَذِهِ جَهَنَّمُ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُكَذِّبُونَ. This is the Jahannam that you deny. اصْلَوْهَا الْيَوْمَ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْفُرُونَ. You deny this, now you will enjoy it. فَاصْبِرُوا أَوْ لَا تَصْبِرُوا. Whether you are patient or not, you have to face it. أَفَسِحْرٌ هَذَا أَمْ أَنْتُمْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ. Is this magic? Does this Jahannam look like magic to you now? Does this look like illusion or delusion? A mirage? What does this look like? أَفَسِحْرٌ هَذَا أَمْ أَنْتُمْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ. Or you just can't see the truth. اصْلَوْهَا فَاصْبِرُوا أَوْ لَا تَصْبِرُوا. You have to face it for those who disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why, my brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this month of Ramadan to save ourselves from this great punishment, from this big adab that Allah has put in akhirah. Allah will say to Jahannam, هَلِمْ تَلَأْتِ. Have you been filled to the brim? هَلِمْ تَلَأْتِ. And Jahannam will reply, هَلْ مِن مَزِيد. هَلْ مِن مَزِيد. Is there more, O Allah? Is there more, O Allah? Then Allah will lower it, Jahannam will be full, Allah will lower it, and then refill it. Can you imagine? اشتكت النار إلى ربي. Hadith in Tirmidhi, in Mishkat, Imam Sahib al-Mishkat brings this hadith in بعد تعجيل الصلاة. He uses it as an evidence to pray Dhuhr Salah later than early, in summer. But that's the fiqh behind this hadith. But let me tell you this hadith where Imam Tirmidhi rahimahullah Abu Isa has brought this hadith out. اشتكت النار إلى ربي. Jahannam complained to Allah. أكل بعضي بعض. Jahannam is so hot that it's burning the other Jahannam. We can't take it anymore. It's getting hot in here. فَأَذِنَ لَهُ بِنَفَسَيْنِ. Allah says, okay, I'll give you a breath to take in summer and a breath to inhale in winter. So the breath that Jahannam takes out, exhales, is the heat the world feels. If that is the breath of Jahannam, just imagine what is Jahannam. It's, we feel, when you go to the Arab countries or countries which gets very hot in summer, we can't take it. We come outside for a minute or two, our clothes are wet. We can't take it. Just imagine on Akhirah, when the sun will be a mile away. And there will be people sweating, drowning in their sweat. There will be no AC, no shade, no economy class, no first class, except for those who obey Allah and follow His Prophet ﷺ. يَوْمَ لَا ظِلَّ إِلَّا ظِلٌّ سَبْعَةٌ يُظِلُّهُمُ اللَّهُ فِي ظِلِّ يَوْمَ لَا ظِلُّ إِلَّا ظِلٌّ. On the day when there is no shade but the shade of the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on the day of judgment, Allah will bring a person. يُؤْتَى بِأَنْعَمِ أَهْلِ الدُّنْيَا مِنْ أَهْلِ النَّارِ. The man who enjoyed their life the most in this dunya. Talk about enjoy. Everyone wants to enjoy. Where are we going? We're going to go enjoy. Just want to relax, want to chill. Everybody thinks about this. Adults, youth, we just want to enjoy life. Why are you doing this? سَوَّلَتْ لِي نَفْسِي. Just feel like doing it. Just feel like any purpose. Are you getting anything out of it? A buzz, a good emotion, just feel good. So on the day of judgment, Allah will bring this guy who enjoyed life to the best of it. And he lived just to enjoy this. His prayer was not for Allah, just to enjoy, to show others that I'm here, I'm part of you guys. No. On the day of judgment, you won't be part of those people if you're doing it for other sakes of people. You know? They stand to show others. أَلَمْ نَكُمْ مَعَكُمْ? Were we not with you in the dunya? قَالُوا بَلَى وَلَكِنَّكُمْ فَتَنْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ وَارْتَبْتُمْ وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْحَمَانِيُّ حَتَّى جَاءَ اللَّهُ وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغُرُورُ. So this is a very critical thing that we are doing in the month of Ramadan. We are fasting, we are praying, and Allah is saving us from this great adab of Allah. So Allah will bring this person, يُؤْتَى بِأَنْعَمِ أَهْلِ الدُّنْيَا مِنْ أَهْلِ النَّارِ فَيُصْبِغُ صَبْغَةً فِي النَّارِ. He will be taken and he will be dipped. Some people translate dipped as to be dipped. I actually say he will be given a small tour of Jahannam. You just go say, you know what, when you're buying a new house, they give you a tour of the house, and you'll be like, wow, this is the house that I was looking for. This person will be taken to Jahannam and be given a small tour of Jahannam. And then he'll be brought back. Allah will ask him, هَلْ مَرَّ بِكَ نَعِيمًا قَطُّ هَلْ رَأَيْتَ خَيْرًا قَطُّ. Have you ever seen any good in your life? Have you ever enjoyed life before? And he will say, مَا رَأَيْتُ خَيْرًا قَطُّ وَمَا مَرَّ بِي نَعِيمًا قَطُّ. I have never seen any good. You will forget all the pleasure of the world just by the fire, seeing the fire of Jahannam. Just forget the fact when he gets into it. When he sees the fire of Jahannam, he will forget every single thing that he did in this world. All the pleasure, all the benefits that he enjoyed, forgotten. This is why, my brothers and sisters, this fire of Jahannam, it is severe. إِنَّ جَهَنَّمَ كَانَتْ مِرْصَادًا لِلطَّاغِينَ. Allah has made this for those who are rebellious and transgressors who disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لِلطَّاغِينَ مَآبًا لَابِثِينَ فِيهَا أَحْقَابًا. In Jahannam there are rooms of fire. No, there are beds of fire. هم من جهنم مهاد ومن فوقهم غواش. Beds of fire, rooms of fire. سرابيلهم من قطران وتغشى وجوههم النار. Clothes of fire, and their faces will be pitch dark like fire. فريق في الجنة وفريق في السعير. There will be groups in hell and there will be groups in paradise. This whole dunya and Allah had described the types of fire of hell. The food of Jahannam, the rooms of Jahannam. أدخلوا آل فرعون أشد العذاب. Allah will tell the people of آل فرعون, we are not the children of Fir'aun, but those who disobey Allah are considered to be the followers of Fir'aun. This is why when the son of Nuh disobeyed Allah and his father, إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ مِنْ أَهْلِكَ. Though biologically he is your son, but he does not have the right to call him your son. إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ مِنْ أَهْلِكَ إِنَّهُ عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٍ. It does not befit the son of a prophet to do an action like this. The link that Allah has put between Muslims is stronger than the biological link that we have with each other. Because that link that is connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only link that will save us in akhirah. الْأَخِلَّاءُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بَعْضُ الْبَعْضِ عَدُوٌّ إِلَّا الْمُتَّقِينَ. Every friend will be an enemy of each other, except for that friendship that was based on the basis of piety and taqwa. And they helped each other come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is that month of Ramadan, where the Prophet ﷺ said, any person that says, Allahumma ajirni min al-nar, Allahumma ajirni min al-nar, Allahumma ajirni min al-nar, Jahannam says to Allah, oh Allah, this person is asking refuge from me, save him from me. Just asking 3 times, oh Allah, save me from the fire of hell. Jahannam says to Allah, oh Allah, he's asking for refuge from me, you save him. When a person says, Allah ma'adil jannah, Allah give me jannah, Allah nasqil jannah, Allah give me jannah 3 times. When a person makes his dua, Jannah says to Allah, this person is asking for me, please give him Jannah. It's so simple to enter into Jannah. And Allah wants this. Allah did not make Jahannam so He can punish the believers. It's there as a warning. And the verses of Surah Rahman, where Allah talks about فَيُؤْخَذُ بِالنَّوَاصِي وَالْأَقْدَامِ فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ يُعْرَفُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ بِسِيمَاهُمْ فَيُؤْخَذُ بِالنَّوَاصِي وَالْأَقْدَامِ. In that verse, and the Mufassirin say, Allah is talking about His ni'mah, His blessings, His bounties. Why is He talking about hell? I mean, it makes sense if you're talking about blessings, you talk about health, wealth, prosperity, houses, palaces. Why would you talk about sickness, worries, and hardships? Nobody does this in their sense. Why is Allah subhanahu subhanahu wa ta'ala discussing hell in a surah which is known for the signs and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ar-Rahman. Why? It starts with the name Ar-Rahman, the Shaykh Ar-Rahman, Mubalagha. Why? The Mufassirin said, because the fact Allah has warned you of the punishment is a rahmah and a ni'mah of Allah. He's told you about it. Save yourself from it. Look at this, it's happening. This is the reality. Save yourself from this punishment. It's a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Prophet ﷺ said on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إن في الجنة رجلان اشتد سياحهما. In hadith in Tirmidhi, 2599, the rakam of this hadith. There will be two people in Jahannam that will be screaming in Jahannam. Allah will say to the angels, why are they screaming in Jahannam so loud? أخرجوهما, bring them out. And they will come to Allah, just to show you the mercy of Allah. I'm not trying to put fear in my heart or your heart, to tell you this is the hellfire and this is the mercy of Allah. Allah will say to these people, why are you screaming in hell? فَعَلْنَا ذَلِكَ لِتَرْحَمْنَا يَا رَبِّ. We are doing this so you can hear us and you can forgive us and have mercy upon us. Allah will say to these two people, they're probably best friends in this dunya, took themselves to hell. They say, إِنَّ رَحْمَتِي لَكُمَا أَن تَنْتَقِكُمَا أَنفُسَكُمَا إِلَى حَيْثُ كُنْتُمَا. My mercy upon you right now demands that you go back to the place you came from, back to hell. فَيُلْقَى أَحَدُ نَفْسَهُ بِالنَّارِ. One guy will go, run towards hell, فَيَجْعَلُهُ بَرْدًا وَسَلَامًا. Allah will make that hell cool for him. Allah ordered him, let's go to hell. Other person will stand there and he won't move. I give you the number of this hadith of the narration in Tirmidhi. He will stand there and he won't move an inch. And Allah will say to him, what's making you stand here? Your friend that was here, he threw himself in hell, you're still standing here. He said, so Allah, I have this hope that once you've taken me out of hell, you will never throw me back. Allah will say, Allah will say, I will give you your hope, take him out of hell and also give him Jannah. Look at the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَيَا شَابًا لِرَبِّ الْعَرْشِ عَاصِي أَتَدْرِي مَا جَزَاءُ ذَوِي الْمَعَاصِي سَعِيرٌ لِلْعَصَاةِ لَهَا زَفِيرٌ وَغَيْظُ يَوْمٍ يُؤْخَذُ بِالنَّوَاصِي فَإِن تَصْبِرْ عَلَى النِّيرَانِ فَاعْصِي وَإِلَّا كُنْ عَلَى الْإِسْيَانِ قَاسِي. If you can bear the fire of hell and you're strong enough, you can bear the heat, go ahead sin. And if you can't, you know خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. We can't take the heat of this world. Forget the heat of akhirah. Forget the smoke of Jahannam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, that on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring this person out of Jahannam. And Allah will say, ارفعوا عنه صغار عارضوا عنه صغار الذنوب وارفعوا عنه كبارها. Show him his small sins and don't show him his major sins. And the angels will say to him, عملت اليوم كذا وكذا عملت كذا وكذا في يوم كذا وكذا. You did this, you looked at wrong, you listened to wrong, your mother didn't know, your father didn't know, your wife didn't know, your husband, you were doing this. Nobody was watching you, you were doing this on this day. And Allah will come up with July 18, 24, you did this while you were fasting. Wow. عملت يوم لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها. Everything will be open. اقرأ كتابك كفى بنفسك اليوم. So this person will like, نعم عملت يوم كذا. He will admit, I did this, I did this, I did this. And then finally, هو مشفق عنه كبارة. And he's also aware that these are my small sins. There is no sin small in the courts of Allah. لا تنظر إلى صغر الذنوب ولا تنظر إلى من عصيت. Never look at the smallness of a sin, rather look at the one you're disobeying. It's your Rabb, my Rabb. So here he is, being taunted by his small sin. And he's aware that I got major sins here, I'm in trouble. Then finally Allah will say, the angels will say to him, فَإِنَّ لَكَ مَكَانَ كُلِّ سَيِّئَةٍ حَسَنًا. In every sin that you have done, Allah is going to change it or convert it into a good deed and give you Jannah. This person will reply, Ya Rabb, عملت الأشياء لا أراها هنا. I did some sins that I don't see over here. Give me the reward for those sins also. Meaning he did major sins that he was never accounted for. He will say, Ya Rab, عملت الأشياء لا أراها هنا. I did other sins too. Give me the reward for this. فضحك النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم حتى بدت نواجذه. The Prophet smiled. Look at this human. He's being rewarded for something he didn't do, and he wants more reward for the more major sins that he's done. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna rahmati sadaqat ghadabi. The mercy of Allah overlaps. It overlaps the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. غافل الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب للطول. When Umar bin Khattab heard about a person, a young man, and the people of Medina who started drinking alcohol, and Umar said, where is this young boy? Where is this young man who was very active in the masjid? So a person said, Ya Umar, he started drinking. Umar said, okay. He called فَدَعَا كَاتِبَهُ وَقَالَ اُكْتُبْ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم من أمير المؤمنين عمر بن الخطاب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذي الطول لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير. He wrote this letter and he told one person, you take this letter to this young boy. And he told the Sahaba, أقبلوا إلى الله ادعوا الله أن يقلب قلبه, and ask Allah to change his direction of his heart. وَيُتَابَ عَلَيْهِ, Allah forgive. You make dua that Allah changes his heart. What do we do when our children go wrong? Do we make enough dua for them? So Umar radiallahu is doing this. The letter comes, he reads, he takes the letter, it's just one verse. He looks at it, فَجَعَلَ يُقَلِّبُهُ بِيَدِهِ. He starts to move the paper around. He says, I don't know, this letter it has mixed emotion. Allah has promised me, وَعَدَنِي بِمَغْفِرَةٍ وَحَذَّرُنِي بِالْعُقُوبَةِ. Allah is promising me He will forgive me. He's also warning me of the punishment. On this letter, this person came running to Umar bin Khattab and he did tawbah and suh. Allah is ready to forgive. Doesn't matter what sin you and I have done in the past or are doing right now, we ask Allah for forgiveness and repentance so we can save ourselves from the fire of Jahannam, which is a reality. An-naru haqq wal-jannatu haqq. On the Qiyamah, this is all true. We have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, you save us from this punishment. Oh Allah, you save us from those actions that bring us close to Jahannam. Oh Allah, you save our families from Jahannam. Wa akhiru da'wan, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. الحمد لله نستعين ونستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا وسندنا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أرسله شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. قال الله سبحانه الكتاب العزيز بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وبارك على محمد وأزواجه وذريته. Before I conclude my khutbah, for those brothers and sisters who have been practicing and living up to the potential of the month of Ramadan, continue to do it. And this Ramadan is not a seasonal thing. We are going to continue the reading and the recitation and qiyam even after the month of Ramadan, tahajjud inshallah. This is called istiqamah. When Allah loves you and He likes what you're doing, He gives you the opportunity to continue the good deed. Another action that can help us in the month of Ramadan is to take out a few nights in the month of Ramadan and do i'tikaf. For the sisters at home, for the brothers in the masjid, this month of Ramadan is a month where the Prophet ﷺ every single year in Madinatul Munawwarah he did i'tikaf. Just 1 year he missed it and he came back in Shawwal and he did i'tikaf. He did qada of it. For this, my brothers and sisters and my friends, we have to find reasons and excuses to distance ourselves from the anger of Allah and the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there are millions of ways of doing this. Reading Quran, salah, siyam, i'tikaf, charity, many ways. Never should a person be satisfied and say, I've done enough. Because there is no such thing in the vocab of a believer to say, I've done enough. اللهم اغفر لجميع المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والأحياء منهم الأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات اللهم اشف مرضانا وعاف مبتلانا وارحم موتانا إنك حقا على كل شيء قدير اللهم انصر إخواننا في الشام اللهم انصر إخواننا في غزة اللهم انصر إخواننا في برما يا رب العالمين وفي أفريقيا يا رب العالمين اللهم استجب دعاءهم وتقبل شهداءهم يا رب العالمين اللهم ارفع بلاءهم يا رب العالمين اللهم ارفع عنهم بلاءهم يا رب العالمين اللهم أرنا فيهم نصرتك يا رب العالمين اللهم انصرهم يا رب العالمين عاجلا يا رب غير مؤجلا يا رب العالمين اللهم اغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا وما أنت أعلم به منا فأنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر وأنت على كل شيء قدير اللهم اجعلنا من عتقائك من النيران يا رب العالمين اللهم اجعلنا من عتقاء شهر رمضان من النيران يا رب العالمين اللهم اعتق رقابنا من النار اللهم اعتق رقاب آبائنا وأمهاتنا وأزواجنا وأولادنا من النار يا رب العالمين اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل ونعوذ بك من النار وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل اللهم باعد بيننا وبين خطايانا كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب آمين 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 عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروني ولا تكفروا مستقيم واعتدلوا الله أكبر